Good morning. Welcome to Walking Boxing. It is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. And a beautiful morning here in the Macedon Ranges. Yesterday was stinking hot and today is very, very pleasant. The sun is out. It's only about 13 degrees, a lot better than yesterday. And Neil definitely welcomes it, that's for sure. Overnight, I was going to say big news announced through the Ring magazine, by the way. Nothing's been put on Australian media socials just yet, but it looks like it is confirmed that George Kambosos will fight, what's his name? Daud Yordan from Indonesia on March the 22nd. That is the news. Now, we discussed it last night on Talking Boxing, that that looks like it was going to be the deal or the opponent. Look, I've got to say I'm quite underwhelmed. The fact that it was sort of touted as a big sort of homecoming for George back in Sydney. He hasn't fought there since 2016 when he beat Brandon Ogilvie. Yeah, I think George himself said it was going to be, well, he was going to be bringing big stadium fights back to Australia. Look, I'm sure there's reasons behind it, but I've got to, as I said, I've got to tell it the way it is. I am very, very underwhelmed by the choice of Daud Yordan. Now, look, he is the current IBA champion, whatever the hell that is. I did speak again about it last night. I didn't even know the IBA existed, but he's got the belt. He did fight for the WBA lightweight title. It was about 6 or 7 years ago, and he fought Anthony Crowler in England and lost a decision to him. So look, he's got a okay record, 43-4, I think he is, but it's just, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it this morning. And again, it probably just comes down to the fact that it has been touted as that massive big stadium fight homecoming for George Kambosos, and I, if I'm being honest, knew stuff all about Daud Yordan until I looked him up probably about a week and a half ago. I'd heard of him before. I do sort of vaguely remember the Crowler fight, but I had to sort of go back and look him up, and I had a little look on YouTube. And look, I get that George needs or wants an opponent like this to get himself back in the mix. I mean, he's had a really tough, what has it been, 3 years. He had that obviously great win over Teofimo Lopez, but not much has gone right for him since. And a lot of that's to do with the fact that he's fought very, very good opponents. I mean, 2 of those 3 opponents that he's fought since then have been absolute elite fighters, and one of them's a Hall of Famer in Vasily Lomachenko, so I get it. He had that really dubious decision over Maxi Hughes, so I've got no issues whatsoever with the fact that they do want to bring George home and, you know, get him a win. And we'll say he's a credible opponent is Yordan, but it's this whole stadium thing. Now, look, I might be proven wrong, and maybe the stadium fight, you know, gets sold out and, you know, it's fantastic and they get a massive crowd there and it's a massive success and you know, everyone's happy. But I expected, yeah, I won't lie, I expected someone a little bit more credential, well, not credential, but a little bit more of a name than Daud Yordan. Now, again, it hasn't been announced officially on the socials. I would have thought that Noonan Boy, Australian Boxing Central would have been all over this. I've got a feeling, unlike, was it a couple of weeks ago or last week, whenever the hell it was, with the Thurman and Jarvis fight, he got in and he announced that the morning of the announcement and spoiled the No Limit party, although it was on other websites, by the way, so it wasn't just Noonan Boy. But I've got a feeling today he is very, very close with Team Kambosos, so I've got a feeling they've said, Noonan, not this time, buddy. You want to be part of the gang, then you just hang tight on announcing the fight. So I would say if it's on the Ring magazine website this morning, I've got a feeling it'll be announced today. What is it, Tuesday? Although they normally do it on Wednesday or whatever. I'm sure it's going to be announced any old time, but we will see. We will see. Now, maybe the undercard will be that good that it'll probably take away a little bit of the main event stench for me. But again, we will see. But just getting back to, yeah, George with his choice of opponents. As I said, he's had a really tough 3 years. So I understand they want to get him a win, get him amongst it again, get the ratings up. I fully understand it. But I just think there could have been a lot better ways to sell this. And let's be honest, the average fight fan out there, that just maybe not the most avid fight fans, but the ones that follow it sort of from a distance and just check the websites and all that sort of stuff, watch the pay-per-views, the first thing they're going to see, and I'm just stating it the way it is again, the first thing they're going to see is Daud Yordan, Indonesia. And they're going to think, well, here we go, another cab driver. Because we get so many of them over here in Australia. Indonesians, Thais, Filipinos, Fijians. And again, I'm just stating it the way it is. I've been a promoter myself. I know the way it works. And the first thing people are going to see is, you're kidding me, he's fighting an Indonesian. Are you joking? Now, he has also fought, by the way, back in the day, guys like Chris John and these types of guys, but he turned pro in 2005. So 20 years ago, he turned pro, and he's 37 now. And hasn't been active. I know he did have a fight at the end of last year. He's on a 5-fight winning streak since he lost to Corolla 6 or 7 years ago. But yeah, again, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. The undercard, now it looks like Sky Nicholson will fight Tara Brown. I think we've spoken about that. Great fight. If that is the case, that is a great fight. Really like that. Shanika Johnson apparently fighting Nina Hughes. Love that fight. And it's the right thing to do. Really, like, hats off to all concerned that they're going to give Nina Hughes a rematch, because that was disgraceful what happened in Perth, wasn't it? I wonder if Lieutenant Dan will get a gig again. Maybe not. So we'll see. And Terramona, g'day. And Terramona on the card as well. Now he'll be worth watching for sure, 100%. No matter who he fights, he's box office, he's Terramona. So yeah, look, I don't know, mate. Look, am I overreacting or what? Are you over or underwhelmed as much as I am? Let me know in the comments down below. And look, I will state, by the way, that I am a big fan of George Kambosos. I really am. And he did say he does watch this occasionally. So George, if you're watching this, it's nothing personal, mate. I'm a boxing content creator. I've got to have my say, and I'm happy to tell George if he was watching, if I met him face to face, that, mate, I just don't get the fight. Sure, there's got to be, look, I think just even a top 15 opponent from anywhere, probably except Indonesia. And I know I'm not trying to sound racist or something like that. I'm just saying, I'm sure you get where I'm coming from. The first thing people are going to say is, oh, Indonesia, and it's going to be a tough sell. Anyway, I've gone on too long about it, but I'm assuming it will be announced today. If it's on the Ring magazine, I'm assuming there'll be something today, although normally they do sort of preempt it, don't they, with a press conference announcement. So, yeah, we'll see. But I just don't want all the people that have been sort of getting stuck into No Limit to probably give this show or this fight a pass, because if I'm being honest, I prefer to, while at this stage I'm probably more looking forward to seeing Brock Jarvis fight Keith Thurman than George Kambosos against Daud Yordan. And again, it's nothing personal, I'm just stating it the way it is. Anyway, look, hey, the good thing about it is it's another big show for Australian boxing, and that's all I care about. And you look at the month of March, we've got Liam Wilson and Yusuf Dib on March the 1st. What a card that'll be. I mean, the first fight was a candidate for Fight of the Year, wasn't it? So that'll be awesome. So that'll be the main event. You'd expect that Liam Wilson will get the win in that fight. But Yusuf Dib, look, he's talented. He's a Dib. They can fight. There's no doubt about that. So that will be good. And I'm looking forward to the undercard as well. We've got John Manu fighting Jalen Tate. Now, again, if you're not really familiar with those guys, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be familiar with Jalen Tate, but not so much John Manu. Watch that fight. That is a fight between two very, very skilled young fighters who are both capable of some big things. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think Vegas Larfield is also on that card. And then we've got March 12th, with the Jarvis and Thurman card. Look, who knows? It might be a lot more entertaining than what we thought. I think if Thurman does actually make it to the starting grid, it could actually be an entertaining fight. We did speak about this again last night, that it looks like that the aim all along has been for Tim Tszyu, who's fighting April the 6th on pay-per-view as well. That'll be in Sydney as well. For the winner, well, Thurman, I'm assuming they're expecting to win that fight over Jarvis. Then he will fight Tim Tszyu later in the year. And I've got to say it again, not feeling that fight whatsoever. I know I'm sounding a little bit down on Aussie boxing at the moment, but I'm excited for what we've got happening. I'm just not that excited by the fights. If Tim Tszyu fought Keith Thurman later in the year, look, maybe it's got to do with the fact that Keith Thurman hasn't fought for 3 years. He's 36 years old. We have no idea what Keith Thurman we're going to get against Brock Jarvis. And then with Tim, of course, very hard to get excited by Tim at the moment because of his last 2 losses. So look, that might change. But at this stage, I am not feeling that fight at all. We'll see. Maybe if they both get impressive wins, maybe it might be a little bit different. But look, again, more big fights happening, that's all I worry about. And of course we've got Michael Zarafa on that undercard too with Jarvis and Thurman. What's going to happen with him? Is it going to be the Nikita Tszyu fight down the track? It's fascinating. We've got those 5. We've got Tim Tszyu, we've got Keith Thurman, we've got Brock Jarvis, we've got Nikita Tszyu, we've got Michael Zarafa, all sort of thrown in this little sort of pot, I suppose. And it's just a matter of what's going to transpire and what's going to come out at the end, who's going to fight who. And someone did say, I think one of the viewers on the show last night, I can't remember who it was, that they said, and I fully agree, the common sense fights on the upcoming card would have been Zarafa and Thurman and Jarvis and the German. So as long as the Thurman didn't fight the German, that would have been a bit of a tongue twister, Thurman versus the German. But look, that would have been the most common sense. Oh, hang on, buddy, you're stuck on a pole here. What have you done there? That would have made the most sense. But I'm 100% sure that there'll be a reason behind what's happening, and they've all got a plan and all that sort of stuff. So all will work itself out. And then, of course, then we've got the Kambosos fight on the 22nd of March and Tim's on April the 6th. So just so much going on at the moment. That's going to be a massive 5 weeks in Australian boxing. And regardless of who's fighting who and who's doing what, the fact that we're going to have 4 big shows in the space of 5 weeks, you can't begrudge that. Just speaking of Aussie fighters, come here, man. Let's get up there. Come on, come over here. No, he's not going to do that. The ratings. Now, there's a few updates with the ratings at the moment. We'll just quickly go through them. I see Justice Honey. I'll have to pull out my phone here. So Justice Honey, where is he? He's ranked 13 with the IBF now, but surprisingly, he's ranked number 4 with the WBO. Now, there has been talk that he might fight Otama for the vacant belt, but it's a big rise for him, number 4 with the WBO. Not much happening at cruiserweight except for Jai, of course. Connor Wallace, number 2 with the IBF, and he was ranked with, who was it? The WBO, number 6 with the WBO. The super middleweights. Not sure there's much going on there. Let's have a quick look. Doesn't look like it. Oh, we've got the family with the dogs running at us there. We'll just get Neil out the way. Come here, buddy. How you doing? Morning. All right, let's go to the middleweights. I'm not sure much is happening there either. Sorry, guys. I know this is just riveting stuff. Matteo Tapia is ranked 11 with the WBO. Sorry about this too, guys. I'm doing this with one hand. So not much, that's surprising. So Michael Zarafa's dropped out entirely. He's nowhere to be seen. Junior middleweight, this is where it gets interesting. We have Tim Tszyu at number 9 with the IBF. We have Nikita Tszyu at 15 with the IBF. So both brothers are ranked there. We'll quickly scroll across. And that is about, so Nikita's actually ranked number 9 with the WBO, and Tim is nowhere to be seen, if you can believe that. We'll keep scrolling down quickly. Nothing with the welterweights. All right, so this is the junior welterweights, 140. George Kambosos, number 5 with the IBF. Did I see Liam Wilson, Liam Paro? Yep, number 6. So number 5 and 6. Liam Paro, number 6. WBA, neither guy is ranked, which just always staggers me how you can be ranked so high with one but not with another. WBC, Liam Paro, number 8. With the WBO, George Kambosos, number 10. All right, so I think I just wanted to actually, who was the other one I wanted to check? Liam Wilson was the other one. So he's number 8 with the IBF. He was ranked, and with the WBO, number 4. So I would just want leave it. Actually, I want to go down to quickly the Maloney boys. So we've got at bantamweight we have, so Jason is ranked number 5 by the IBF at 122. He's ranked. I didn't actually mention him either, by the way. February 24 against Tenshin Nasukawa. He's ranked number 3 with the WBC, by the way. Jason's number 5 with the WBC, and number 6 with the WBO is Jason. So just quickly, we'll go to Andrew. Andrew Maloney is ranked number 7 with the IBF. Not ranked with the WBA, which is surprising because he's given a lot of service to the WBA. Number 2 with the WBC, and number 4 with the WBO. So Andy's still ranked quite high with those organisations, and Andy actually did say this week that if he was mandated to fight Chocolatito, he'd be all up for it. So that is another potentially massive fight this year that could happen. Andrew Maloney and Chocolatito, who would have expected that? The other one, just quickly getting back to George as well, I didn't mention, the aim apparently is that Richardson Hitchens will fight Teofimo Lopez a little bit later in the year. And it'll be a unification fight, and then George may get the winner of that fight. So either way, that would be massive, either against Hitchens or a rematch with Teofimo Lopez, but still plenty to play out. So what do you think? Tell me your thoughts about Kambosos versus Yordan. I want to hear it. And the state of Aussie boxing, and who else is rated, and who should be rated, and who's too high. Let me know. But anyway, guys, enjoy your Tuesday, and I will catch you tomorrow.